How's it going, traders? Purple Wall Street back with another chart breakdown review. Today we're going to take a look at AMD. It's a chart that I went over on Sunday's Top Tech Chart video. You can see that up above. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below so you can get these actionable trade ideas and updates as they come out. Let me know what you think about this trade. Leave a comment down below. If you feel I'm talking too slow, please watch this on 1.5 speed. And of course, keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I'm only doing this for educational purposes only. Let's dig into the chart. So first and foremost, I live in Brooklyn. You know, it can get noisy outside. It's beautiful out. The window's open. I just heard a kid screaming. You might hear some crazy stuff, but that's part of the charm of Brooklyn. So, all right, here we go. AMD. Okay, day trade. I called this out on Sunday. I've been watching it all week, patiently waiting. And today we got a monster move. Sold my runners around 300%. I'm completely out of the trade right now. It is, let's see, it's 3 o'clock. So we're getting into power hour here. So the market is not closed. So this is still a live chart. But let's break this down. Regardless if I'm swing trading or day trading, I'm always going to look at the upper time frames just so I get a better understanding. Where are my pivot levels? Where are my support, and my resistance levels are? And you can see 100, right? Look at that perfect tap right there. 3 touches right here. We're on the weekly chart using Trend Spider. Obviously watching very, very closely that level. And you could see this week we back tested 99.84 pretty perfectly. And that obviously is what got me pretty interested this week. I noticed that semiconductors have also been showing some relative strength, and they're looking ready to move. And today NVIDIA and AMD really proved their worth. So let's take a quick look at the daily chart. Let me zoom back out. I did have a swing trade idea that I put out to my community over 100 or a back test of 100 and bounce. It's exactly what we got 2 days ago. That was on actually 3 days ago on Monday. So yeah, today was really the big day. What I was watching for, this move up to this downtrend line. I initially had my targets on this swing for 114, 118. I still feel like, 114 might come tomorrow. 118 probably more likely next week if the market continues, if we still get this bear market rally. The other thing too, I just re-anchor this. I'm anchoring this anchored VWAP here to the swing high. You could see, we'll probably see a little resistance on that around 112. And we do have a gap up here around 118. So these are some key levels that I'm going to be watching. Let's drop down to the 30-minute chart. So when I'm day trading, the 30-minute chart is really the top. Actually, I'll leave that anchored. That doesn't really matter. The gap, that's a GapSnake. Show me where the gaps are. Couple of things just that I've been noticing about this chart. This looked like to me a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC retracement. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I pretty much said, watch 109.45. That was the 618 retracement. Basically nailed the top today. It may not be the top tomorrow, but it's certainly right now the top. And we're back testing 107.68. So the thing with me too, I'm live on Spaces on Twitter, probably 3 or 4 days a week. I do anywhere from 10 to 15 hours on Spaces. I do a lot of education, chart reviews. We do some live charting as well on Tuesdays. So, and then Monday evenings is my money market crew that I work with. It's going to be a bunch of great traders, all hosted by Wolf Financial. So highly recommend you check that out. But yeah, so this morning I was live on Twitter Spaces. And right off the bat, I mentioned, basically earlier in the week, I've been mentioning watch Apple through 102. Let me get that level. I think it's 102.46. Let me go down to my 5-minute chart. It's not moving over. I don't know why that's not moving over. Maybe it's on the 15-minute. Let's just check the 15-minute chart real quick. Boom, boom, boom. It's not there either. All right. Well, anyway, 102.46 right here, 102.50 was the level I was watching today. Yesterday, I was watching 104.45. We came into that level and basically failed and then pulled back. But what was great about this pullback, as I mentioned earlier, towards the end of the day, this was actually middle of the day, 12 o'clock, we pulled right back to 99.52. So that was a level that I was watching, and I really loved the bounce over that. So really for me, first thing in the morning I'm watching, first thing is the break over this trend line. If we draw out the bottom side of that trend line, it did form a nice wedge. We got a break through the wedge, but really for me, my trigger was 102.40, I think it was 46. And that's what got me into the trade. I took the 106s. Earlier in the week, I took the 105Cs and I rolled up to the 106s and then closed that out when this got rejected here. But I saw flow in the 105s, flow in the 106s. I think either would have worked perfectly fine. And then now we're on the 15-minute chart. So let's go on to the 5-minute chart. And this is basically what I called out live. Let me grab my little marker tool here. So I said, watch for the break over here. I jumped in the 106 calls pretty much at, I think it was around $1.02. When I called it out, I think it was around $1.10, $1.15. The contracts had moved pretty quickly. Let me do one other thing. Let me put my EMAs on, and I could show you where we could have gotten a back test entry. So initial entry here, it rode that 8 EMA up to my first target, which was 104.05. You could see how it chopped around a little bit there, had a false breakout 5-minute candle, came back down, back tested that 8 EMA. There's your first re-entry. Here's your second re-entry on the break of those prior day highs. Okay, here's your next entry. You had a nice move. I had mentioned to everybody, and this is, again, recorded live on Spaces. Watch 106.38. We came into that level. We broke. We consolidated on it. We dropped down a little bit. Came right near that 21 EMA. But more importantly, look at the flag that formed. Let me wait for that to clear. Look at the flag that formed. The flag right into the 21 EMA. Could have brought the breakout on the flag and that 106.38 level. What I actually wound up doing is I wanted to roll up, and I had taken profit along the way. I think, I sold a little into here. I think that was around 35-40%. I sold a little into here. I think that was around 75-80%. And then I took the majority of the trade off, I think, over 108. This was right at around 125, maybe 125, 130%. These actually wound up going up here, up to about 300%. And then we started to come back down. I think the contracts were around $3.05, $3.10 here, up from $1 right there. So obviously they were this week's contracts, so they did move really well. But man, this was just such a strong breakout here on AMD. And now again, back testing that 107.68. What I'm going to look for is a potential roll up in the next 30 to 45 minutes. I might take the 110Cs for next week. This thing looks really strong. You could see we did have a squeeze set up. It fired to the downside, but it held 107.68. So I'm liking that so far. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade that I took today on AMD. And like I mentioned, I did call out this trade not only just in my group, but I highlighted it on the video that I mentioned earlier. So if you go to my Sunday tech review video, I talked about AMD and the strength that I was seeing in semiconductors. And like I mentioned, NVIDIA also having a very similar move today. So yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you caught any of this trade. Always love to hear your thoughts and comments. And hopefully you check out my videos, you subscribe to my channel, and we'll all make some money together. So have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all on the next video.